Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It is lovely to see you all again, as always. Right, guys, it's a Monday, it's the start of a brand new week, and I think it's time to get back to business as usual on this channel. I gave you a nice white pill last night about the village in the Cotswolds, something nice, something wholesome, something that's not going to utterly depress you the moment you've finished watching it. But I think it's time for a bit more normalcy now. Time to get back to the depressing stuff, the black pills, about the utter bile and shite that this country is capable of spewing out. What I am, of course, talking about, guys, is Sir Keir Stalin and the rest of the raggy dolls who are looking to fast-track asylum claims from countries other places won't want to touch with a 10-foot barge pole. But the UK being the UK, with its wide open borders and its wide open arms, with the beanbags and the champagne and the rose petals, to people who want to be here, but for all the wrong reasons, which we shall get to momentarily. Now, there is a short article here on GB News' website about this. And it reads, Labour has come under fire for its controversial plans to fast-track migrants from countries including Afghanistan, Iran and Syria to Britain. Lovely. I can't wait for them all to arrive. I mean, fucking hell, what can possibly go wrong? On Monday, Sir Keir Stalin announced that he wanted to push through all cases through the system much more quickly amid a sizable backlog of unprocessed asylum claims. He had been asked whether the Home Office would move to fast-track claims from countries with higher grant rates. Those with the highest grant rates include Afghanistan, Eritrea, Sudan, Syria and Iran, which together accounted for 35,000 asylum claims in the current 120,000-strong backlog, Refugee Council data says. Now, Keir Stalin and the rest of the Renford rejects are looking to bring in people from countries en masse who want to annihilate us from within. They don't want to come here and integrate into the British way of life and integrate into various communities. They want to come here and segregate themselves for everything we stand for. They want to have their own little hovels, their own little ghettos, which breeds crime, hatred, and of course, terrorism. I'm not saying that if Iqbal and Ishra came over to this country and integrated into a street and became love thy neighbour, that wouldn't happen. I think it's hardwired into these people to see the death of the West and the annihilation of the white man, if you ask me anyway. Nationals from the same countries were shown by GB News to be lying about their age to try and gain the asylum in the UK earlier this year. Either way, the Prime Minister announced a £75 million spending drive on border security at the Interpol General Assembly in Glasgow today, as both he and Home Secretary pledged to stamp out criminal smuggling gangs networks. Now this, guys, is an absolute waste of £75 million. £75 million that could be much better spent elsewhere. For example, on the homeless veterans, the old age pensioners who are currently freezing to death in their homes. If he seriously has this little pipe dream of his that he seems to think that he can stop criminal gangs from smuggling people across these waters, he is on another planet. Once you arrest one of these people or bring down one of these gangs, another one will replace it in 0.2 seconds. It's like a conveyor belt, one after the other, like Islamic leaders. For example, say the leaders in, Iran or Afghanistan, some sort of Taliban leader is taken out by a drone strike. Within 24 hours, there's another one on standby, ready to take the place. Much like these gangs, if not worse. This is a very lucrative business deal, criminal business deal. These people make millions upon millions of euros every single time one of these boats crosses the channel. You cannot smash these gangs. It's like the NHS. No matter how much money you throw at this problem, it will not fix it. It's just a massive sinkhole full of cash. Cash that could be spent much better elsewhere, particularly when we are throwing millions upon millions at Zelensky and Ukraine and that whole money laundering fiasco, while the rest of the country is on the bones of its ass and workers and taxpayers are being bled dry. It's an absolute disgrace. That's about it, guys. I just thought I'd bring this to you, that people from Afghanistan, Iran, people who are hell-bent on destroying us and killing us and slaughtering us in the streets, are going to be fast-tracked straight into this country, and they could be coming to a street near you. Watch, learn, and be careful. Always have eyes in the back of your heads, because you cannot trust these people. I cannot emphasize this enough. Always have eyes in the back of your head, because one of these days you could have a knife in your back. Right, back to the depressing shit, guys. Business as usual, as promised. Do let me know what you think in comments. And I'll see you in a bit. Oh, before I go, guys, there might not be a video tomorrow because it's the US election, so I'm going to be staying up all night. I'm going to be spending my time watching it with the Law Seers. So if you haven't signed up to their website, I highly recommend that you go and do that. It's only a $5. I watched the UK elections with them guys over on their website, and it was really good fun. So I suggest you go over there yourself tomorrow night if you don't have work the next day, and spend a good 8 hours with them chaps. Right, do let me know what you think in comments, guys, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.